Hi, my name is Iker Salcedo, and this is my video explanation about the final book. The book I chose is The Car That Knew Too Much, and so I'm going to explain in a video of about 15 or more minutes what I learned, what I see, what I read in this book, and I'm going to use some like an essay I wrote because I think it's too much material. So I'm going to start. First, I want to explain what a self-driving car is. A self-driving car, sometimes called autonomous car or driverless car, is a vehicle that uses a combination of sensors, cameras, radar, and artificial intelligence to travel between destinations without a human operator. To qualify as fully autonomous, a vehicle must be able to navigate without human intervention to a predetermined destination over roads that have not been adapted for its use. Most companies developing and or testing autonomous cars include are Audi, BMW, Ford, even Google, the company, General Motors, Tesla, Volkswagen, and Volvo. All technologies power self-driving car systems. Developers of self-driving cars uses vast amounts of data from image recognition systems along with a machine learning and neural networks to build systems that can drive autonomously. The neural networks identify patterns in the data. Well, that's in the function topic, which is fed to the machine learning algorithms. That data includes images from cameras on self-driving cars, from which the neural network learns to identify traffic lights, trees, curbs, pedestrians, street signs, and other parts of any given driving environment. The name of the author in this book is Jean-François Bonnefond, and first he explains his worry about how even that he is in the scientist guild or environment, he becomes vulnerable. There is always some envious people which will try to steal his research or his work, so he starts to be cautious and smart in his movements. And the project of which he speaks in the books involves 3 people, himself and another 2 colleagues, which names are Iyad Radwan and Asim Sharif. Some interesting information I found about the author was that he received a PhD in cognitive psychology and is a CNRS research director. He received the bronze medal of the CNRS, and he is a senior associate editor of Cognition and a member of several other editorial boards. The most important thing I found is that his work appeared in more than 100 publications, including articles in Science, Psychological Science, Psychological Review, and Trends in Cognitive Sciences. The biggest and main question that the book asks to us as readers is what will happen if a machine has to make a risky and hard decision where human lives are involved. What decision should the machine take so the moral and ethical areas could be satisfied even if the answer is to prefer saving one life instead of another one. It's like when one of these automotive cars has to choose between make a collision with a person, so the machine can save like the passenger or passenger's life, or to kill the passengers by making a collision with a wall or something, so they can, well, the machine can save the pedestrian's life. That's the real question. And the problem begins when the people involved in this project start making questions about what is the best option to program a machine if it has to make a decision of saving lives, as I had mentioned. If in the road the vehicle is not able to stop and crash, and the crash is imminent, but there is only two ways to finish. The first one is to hit one person, as I mentioned, in the right direction, or to hit, for example, 10 people in the left. The life of one person, well, this is the biggest question. The life of one person matters more than the life of 10 people. Also, if the automotive cars industry starts to have more and more importance in our society and people begin to buy these smart cars, what do people will do if they know that in some point their cars are able to kill people even if they don't want to? Maybe people will stop buying the cars. There are more doubts about this topic. And one of the most important is if the life of the car's passenger or passengers worth more than the life of the pedestrians. The author also explains that there was some time where an article came out and it said that the Mercedes self-driving vehicles will be programmed so they sacrifice the pedestrian lives so the passenger could live. And obviously this creates controversy because like most of the pedestrians will say like my life is worth it most than a passenger's life. So this is like a big question, like what should happen in the ethical and moral way if this situation is avoidable. Well, the objective of the experiment in the book was that they could collect a lot of answers that could be extremely different depending. First I want to explain what project did the team do. So in the book is written that the team wanted to make extensive research all over the world by getting the answers of these complicated dilemmas. So they began with the creation of an experiment called the Moral Machine, which is a website where almost every person in the world with a connection to the internet could give his or her opinion about what would they prefer to do in these situations. The objective of the experiment was so they can collect a lot of answers that could be extremely different depending on the country where the person is, their culture, their childhood, and even their careers, and with that to understand how the moral and ethical education is presented in the variety of the countries in the world. The question in this website they created were from saving one life instead of two, save a family of 5 members, or save an old age couple, even save 2 kids and a dog, or save 3 adults. There were dilemmas that the people would be thinking about it for a while to reflect and think what the best option would be in these cases or situations. I found very interesting that some people, mostly YouTubers, film themselves solving the dilemmas of the experiment so people around the world could see what they think about every question. The roots and basis of the experiment dilemmas were the most important variables were the number of people, species, gender, age, health, and status. There were just some that I mentioned. The statistics, the author says, or mentioned, were the most saved individuals at the experiment were the babies, the little boys and little girls, pregnant women, and less saved individuals were old people and pets. Something interesting was that most people did not save like homeless people, and that's surprising because even that the car would not recognize if a person is homeless or not, that gives the perspective of the moral opinion of the society to the team. The team establishes that for them it is not important all the characteristics of an individual to be safe, no matter his or her gender, age, skin color, species, health status, weight, etc. All life matters and all lives should be saved. The self-driving cars must not save lives based on these characteristics. That's one thing that the team wanted to clarify. And every life has the same value. The important and significant topic is that the self-driving car should save lives in the matter of the quantity of people. There was another important aspect that involved the life of the people around the place where the accident could happen. Uh, because if a collision cannot be avoided, should the vehicle kill the pedestrians that are crossing the street, or the passengers, or a couple that is drinking coffee in a table next to the street? That's one of the interrogants. The team establishes that no one that is around the collision area must be hurt. The objective of the self-driving vehicles moral is to avoid hurting people and to save the greatest number of lives. So if there are people in the street sides, they are safe of everything that could happen in an accident. Also, most of the accidents are caused not because intoxicated people that drank alcohol or took drugs. The increasing number of car accidents are because people overestimate their drive abilities and think they are better than any people or person in the surroundings that are driving too. But in the other hand, the self-driving car accidents are rare and not common because a machine does not have these common mistakes like thinking is the best car in the street and only its driving is the best and no and he does not care about how the other drivers drive. So when driving, even that the self-driving accidents are less common than the ones with human drivers, these are most famous because of the dilemmas with the new technology. Because if one of these cars has any kind of accident, it will be off the market. Because even if one of these autonomous cars is 99% of like secure, like it has the most advanced technology to be safe. Even if one car accident happens and this car save the passengers and the life of the pedestrians time 100 times, all people will be like worried about how these cars, even that they save most lives than the human drivers, this will be like a famous case because no one wants a car that could kill people. So that is the most problematic worry in the self-care industry. Well, after I read the book, I found it very interesting because I don't know, technology is advancing more and more in each year. So I think in the near future, these cars will be more used. Like most people will try to get one of these cars, and they want to be sure that no car accident will happen. But this is not. We cannot assure that there will be no accidents, because even that technology is really advanced, accidents happen, and we are not 100% able to uh, prevent the accidents. But I think car industry and more automotive car industry are very worried about what could happen in the future. So I don't know. It is interesting, and I think it's a good thing that people like the author are worried about the new technologies that are coming in the near future. And it was interesting to find that they created that project about asking people what would they choose in life or death situations. So I really liked the book, and I'm happy to see this new perspective of how automotive cars will work in a future. So thank you.